Alright. So, hey guys, it's Linda.
It's Chanel. Hope everyone's doing well
I don't know if
tonight.
the
We're excited.
hopefully, yeah. Here, let me see if I can get. Okay, there we go. We're good. Sorry. So I just want to apologize in advance if I do go in it again because for some reason my file is not liking. Hello, Mort. So tonight's episode is going to be about history, right?
History, some stuff. We talk about anything and everything. We all know that.
So
Hello.
like, so I was going and I was doing the history of one of the places that we talked about. Trying to get it usually takes me a couple days and done, and it's like I just figure it out, but it's okay.
All right.
So how are we doing tonight's show?
Um. Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. You're cutting out a little bit, so that's why I was seeing if it was on my end. So, so where do we want to start? I'm sorry. Like I said, I cut out a little bit.
I don't know. Where do you?
Well, I think we have what, 3 topics tonight that we want to hit. I know we do want to talk about Lizzie
Mm-hmm.
Borden
Yep.
House. What was your? Uh,
That's actually
I know I picked Key West because personal experiences. So, and where was your location you decided to pick?
It is called the Holly Hill House up in Washington. Now that
Well,
one
that's
wasn't on my actual list of locations that I've history on. So this is a new location. So I didn't thought on it, but I'm just gonna roll with it, honestly.
isn't that how we do most things? We
So the
just go
house
with it.
is memorial. Yeah, just go with it. So from what I have found online, and guys, this is kind of like this is not how we do things. So, but it was a Victorian built in 1872, and the reason why it was called the Holly Hill is because it got its name from ancient trees that were originally planted when the owners that built the house, Robert and Elizabeth Hill, lived there. And they've only been planted once, so they're pretty ancient,
So, how
honestly.
long was the first owners? How long did they have it?
There was they had it.
You were off.
Oh gosh, I know. It was built in 1860, and then and I'm getting from 1864 to 1872 is when they had it. But there was a guy that made J.J. Hunt was later so sorry, guys. I know tonight is just not a night for I don't know what's on. So I really didn't see like exactly how long they had it.
Okay. What else do you
Oh,
know
in
about it,
1880,
Miss
the house was
Linda?
passed down to Mary Hunt. Okay, so it's passed down by many different hands. So like from in 1880, it was passed down to Mary Hunt's descendants. So to Colonel Robert Cosby Hill and his wife Elizabeth in 1884. Make any sense? So it's just really weird because like the history of this location is like all over. So it's gonna take some time to actually try to figure it out, to put it in like the order like I would do my videos.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, we're not doing videos on TikTok tonight. We're just straight up talking about paranormal history and places that we like. So if
right.
if you
Yeah,
didn't get
totally.
catch
And I
out,
mean, so it's huh.
I said if anybody didn't
So
catch it,
William Hill,
we didn't have a podcast to plan tonight. We just kind of one of those things. I asked Linda, it's like, let's do one. Pick a few
yeah.
locations, learn some history. So I put her on the spot. Hello, David.
So the Hills ended up getting Robert and Elizabeth Hill. You know, this home has done something to make it their own, like renovation. Robert and Elizabeth, they had marble fireplaces that were added, built hutches and cabinets, and over the second floor there was a floor addition over the kitchen built in the late 1900s to have a master bathroom for Mr. Hill
Oh, wow.
himself. A little bit about
Sorry, guys. Got a bit of a cold.
Robert. He grew up in there, but he ended up moving to Washington. And then he was in the army during the 1800s. So like and then was upgraded to the CLON. How do you say? He was really respected by the townspeople, and then he was elected mayor in 1885.
Oh, wow.
And so this home was home, and Elizabeth ended up. They had Mr. Hill's planted unique trees, and they this was their dream home pretty much, and they never wanted to leave it. So I wouldn't want to leave my dream home either, guys. And they ended up raising their three sons in this home. I cannot pronounce it. Horace, William and Harry. And the Hill family ended up doing a lot of entertaining house, and they built cabinets and hutches in the dining room, a huge space.
I think we lost her.
Hear me? I'm
Okay.
back. Can you
Having
hear
a
me?
little bit of problems. Ah, there you are.
Do you guys have a name for your show? Linda, we just call it the ParaSister Circle Podcast. We really don't aim for the show because we talk about anything and everything on the show. Tonight's show is particularly one of my favorite ones, and unfortunately, the Hall House wasn't on my list. Something new, but I do have one place that we want to talk about that's on my list. So,
Linda and her list. So, but we have
Robert
no
and
themes
Elizabeth's son
tonight.
and daughter-in-law.
So, yeah.
Nope, no theme.
But
So
pretty
much like
we just
I'm
pick
guessing
topics
from
and we
what
talk.
I've been reading is the Hill.
Linda's having a little bit of problems tonight, guys. So just gonna kind of have to hang with it.
Yeah, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. And so something that I really sparked my interest in this whole case was life.
Yes, Miss Linda.
Yeah,
Linda Judd.
Linda, we
It is
are
a
a paranormal podcast. We talk about anything and everything supernatural.
and some things beyond.
in all this was when William was doing a speech in front of the whole townspeople on this is not one of my
Okay. Hey, Linda, you're breaking up really bad.
do it. And I can
All right. So let me see. I'll give her a text and see if we can get her back in. I don't think she realizes she's breaking up that bad. But we're going to continue to try to keep this going. I did just text Linda to let her know. So hopefully we can get that fixed real quick. While we're waiting, anybody have any questions they want to ask about tonight's topic? Is there a place you like in parahistory more over another one? Nope, I think we got you back, Linda. Maybe.
Okay, so pretty much everybody's made this house part of their own. They've done renovations and everything, and mostly everybody has died in this home. So pretty much this is also a paranormal location. Even though some people have said it's not haunted, there is a book on it, which I'm gonna have to track down because, well, I collect books on haunted locations that I've had, and so the people that they died in this place, so it's pretty much said that they're still haunting it. Mr. Hill himself has been said to be seen. Elizabeth has been seen. A piano that has been heard playing when there's no piano in the home, and smell of cigar smoke roams through the home. So I have to look and actually add it to the list and keep an eye out on my podcast, my TikToks and stuff for more.
Para hair?
Yeah, that's pretty much it for that place for right.
Um,
Want to talk to your place next?
oh, Key West, Florida. Who has not heard of Key West, Florida? But how many of you heard that it's called the Bone Island? Key West was actually it. There's no real sand in Key West. It's broken coral. Are you still with me, Linda? Okay. So it first started with the indigenous Indian tribes. That's where they would go to actually, that's where they had their wars. A whole tribe was actually wiped completely out, and all the bodies was left there on the island. It To get to Key West from Miami is a 3-hour drive. So that's from the southernmost point all the way up to the tip of Miami. It's closer to Cuba than it is the mainland of the United States. So give you a little bit of information about that. Where I want to actually look at tonight, I've got my notes, it's a little bit of everywhere, is Fort Zachary Taylor. Fort Zachary Taylor was actually established before the Civil War. There's two places in the area where they actually had the barracks and where they would lay the soldiers to death that passed away. I actually lived in Key West for 3 years, and where my home sat was actually where Barrack 1 was the cornerstone of my home was Barrack 1's cornerstone. I lived in Perry Court area where at the time was all barracks, and then in the back is Perry Court burial ground. It is a unmarked grave where most of the soldiers that had yellow fever in that time period was dumped in mass graves. Even now, if you get a really good hard rain in the ground, you can actually there's because it's not ground, it's what you might call sand. It You could actually feel the bones breaking when they would rise up through the soil. And if you walked across that area, which there's plenty of signs, and then they took it down the last year I lived there, so I did take a few strolls through there once they removed the sign. You can actually feel tips of bones and everything come up through the ground itself. There's an area in Key West that you notify them where you were in the area if you do find local bones and stuff coming through the ground, because it is not very soluble. They will go out, locate them, and then take them to the there's a, in the armory. There's actually a place there in town that they take care of those and cremate them, and then put them back onto into cartons that again they put over the soil in the Perry Court burial area. Another area in Key West that everybody, they all know about Ernest Hemingway, Robert the Dog, but I'm going to go right back to Fort Zachary Taylor. Fort Zachary Taylor sits right now on the southernmost tip, and if you go by there, you most of the time don't even know if you're pulling in on a cruise ship or something like that, you don't know what you're looking at. The whole wall going from the pulpits where the 40 10-foot cannons was actually sat is what they call Lookout Point. Lookout Point is where the soldiers of the time period would actually sit up there all night long, waiting for what they thought was something coming into our territory. After the fort was deemed unmanageable in the location that wasn't be able to keep it up, it went into history's not. I can tell you from experience, so I'm going off of a lot of my notes here, guys. Oh no. The 40 cannons was all removed and pushed over the side of the fort, trying to clean up the area so that at that time Parks and Recs didn't know what to do with it until the Navy actually came back in and reclaimed the land and said that we were going to take it into a full state park now. So it's owned by, half of it is owned by the Navy and half of it is owned by Parks and Recreations of Florida. Most of the people who actually go down there to the state park don't even realize that right there on the right hand side is an actual still working non-replica. Oh, sorry, I've got a kitty. When you actually go and work in the area,
don't wake up playing with your mic.
Sorry. You can actually hear soldiers walking up and down the stairs of the fort. You can actually see them in formation if you're on a good night. And if you're in you're watching sunset and everything, and you look right over the top of the fort, I personally, on many good nights watching the sunset down there, you can actually see where someone holding a rifle is walking across the top of the fort manning sites. So at one time, there was 140 long guns kept in view of the water at all times, with the 40 10-foot cannons that they kept. We are still discovering a lot of the older cannons that was pushed over the side. There's said that one of the park curators who actually stays there and checks things out, he started as a security guard. He was actually being told at night that he needed to tell them they needed to dig up the side of the fort. Well, 20 years later, as he now is the head of the reconstruction of it, we have found another Out of the 4 cannons that they had, we're at a total of 16 out of the 40 cannons have been found that was pushed over into the water at the time of the decommissioning of the fort. The field hospital in the
How
area
big is
where
it?
you first come into the park at down there is actually where people even today, if you're down there during sunset, sunrise, you can hear screaming. Some people thought it's been reported to the police that someone calls, they'll say, "I'm hearing screaming down here at the front of the park," and the police now have a whole list of things that they have to ask you before they send somebody. Because if they say, Linda, I'm talking about Key West, Florida, for uh, Zachary Taylor. So that's where I lived there for 3 years. From my personal stand, I've seen a lot of stuff. So I was trying to do the whole history thing today with you. So if you have questions, let me know. Um, I can tell you what I experienced myself being on at these places, and I mean, there's so much haunted history to Key West itself. And one of these days, Indiana Crossroad Encounters is going down there and doing a weekend investigation in a few years. And so I'm going back. I'm going back where I came from. So, any questions? Like I said, history. I can tell you history. I can look it up, but I'm better at telling you what I personally experienced. And uh, yes, I am a
Yeah,
death
Linda,
wish.
we both have abilities.
Mm-hmm. Yes, everybody goes down there. I mean, you think about Key West. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's a great tourist destination." It is. But there's more to Key West than just the simple tiki bars, Captain uh, beers, name it. There's more to it. Like I said, I'm not used to doing the whole history thing. That's Linda's, but I'm giving it a shot. Uh,
That's my thing. Yep, that's my thing. So
how often did I go to the fort? I worked less than a minute and a half from the fort, so 5 days a week I would be down there. Um, if I would be able to, I would take my lunch down at the state park. But I worked at the southernmost uh, hotel. There was, I mean, you can't walk down the streets of Key West without finding something. It's the whole island. There are more spirits to Key West than there is, you know, everyday tourists. And what it is. It's a purely haunted island. You can look it up and go in and see Ripley's Believe It or Not has things as haunted. The biggest draw of a haunting is in Ernest Hemingway's home. He said to still walk the halls with his six-toed kitty cat. And Robert the Doll is at one of the forts as well. So, yep, that's pretty much all I've got. I tried. Yes, Key West is a full city of ghosts. It's definitely another location that is rich in history, like Savannah and stuff like that.
yeah. So I've been to Key West like once when I was really young with my dad, my being a truck driver, and it is a beautiful place.
It really
Yes,
is. It's a
it
beautiful
is
island.
very so.
But,
So
I mean,
should we
but you
get
got to think.
into our next
Yes,
spot?
let's do it.
All right. So this is kind of not the most on location, but this is a very well known location. Are the key limes found there?
You can get a key lime tree from
I
anywhere in
don't know. I
Florida.
don't think
I'll
so,
tell you
but
that. All you have to do is go to Home Depot and buy yourself a key lime tree anywhere in southern Florida. So, but key limes were just called because they're smaller than a regular lime.
yeah.
I'm
I
ready.
mean,
Let's.
now. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. So it is a known location. It's a very known location. Many different paranormal groups. It's been made a movie. Actually, one of my actually stars Lizzie. If some of you do not know, it is said that a lady by the name of Lizzie Borden had killed her family in their home, took an axe to her stepmother and her ended up losing his wife Sarah at the when they were very very young. Ed ended up marrying a 30-some-year-old woman by the name of Abby. She probably regretted that at times because it is known that Mr. Borden was a strict man. They ended up living at the house located at 232nd Street in Fall River, Massachusetts. And like I said, it's a little location, but it's awesome because it's like one of my favorite places. Um, so let's see here. Where do it now is located now? It is now. Well, I don't know if it's still a bed and breakfast, but it is on the historical landmarks in Massachusetts and Fall River. So, but as of one, the house was up for sale. God, if I had the money, buying it.
Yep.
Um,
I think a lot of us have said
it
that.
is the so is strikingly odd is Lizzie Borden got off with she was acquitted back then because there was her and
Oh no.
where did I? So there's controversy on whether or not she actually did murder her uh, dad and stepmother because up in one of the bedrooms, in one of the guest bedrooms, is where Abby Borden was killed with an axe. She was bludgeoned to death, and then down in the parlor where her father was sleeping, he was bludgeoned with an axe. And so what is really weird is they lived on a very busy street, so they had this house. They made it with Mr. Borden, ended up making it to 15 odd about this house is there's no hallways in this house. I haven't heard anything except for the screams when she found that no one knew about the settler until after Mr. Borden was found dead in the house. So, and then the only other that lived in this house was the I guess this is not how I usually do my things. Um, so it was in the 1845 Greek rival Victorian style home. Have you just
Yeah, I think it's Shelley. Thank you, Jeremy.
I said, wait, did you? I was about to say, did you? back there and
Yeah, all of a sudden it was like
Yes,
boom,
this
boom.
is
I was
her
like, what the heck?
sister. Yes.
Yeah, we've got it all on there.
I see that. Except for but um Maple Croft moved from that house from the kitchen into until lived until 1927. So she lived a while.
I say it was the housekeeper.
They had this, that's what Lizzie tried saying, keeper.
That is
But
what I have always
back
said. It was
then,
the house.
no one could prove it. Well, if you watch the movie, and I would have to go through the rest of my history to find to see, but if you watch the movie, Lizzie Borden took an accident in the movie when her sister Olivia, her sister thought Lizzie
Well, if you
and
think about it,
Emma,
really think about it, Linda. Didn't the housekeeper say she was washing windows
yeah, Emma,
after
she was
you?
washing windows. Yeah, she
The
was
house
washing
isn't that
windows.
big. It, I, the
Mm-mm.
walls and stuff from back
And
then.
with no
You could hear.
hallways.
Do what?
So there was no hallways in this home. So you had to
No.
go through one room to get to her, and the only locks that were on it and the only thing away was doors.
But yeah, she said
And
it was. I think
so
I overheard
I honestly
one question.
think that Lizzie did only.
I think it was a housekeeper.
I honestly think it was Lizzie because if you watch the movie, have you ever seen the movie, Shauna?
Hmm.
If you have not seen the movie, watch the movie. At the end of the movie, she's whispering something in her sister's ear, and then sister leaves her. So did she admit that she killed them, or no? There are so many controversies around of who had killed Andrew and Abby Borden. People thought it was Lizzie and everything, and who was it was.
Did you
And
ever bring up
if I
the
must say,
newspaper,
Christina,
the actual
I
newspaper
have brought up,
from back then?
yeah, no.
Okay, so
The way
I've
I do my
actually
history
read
is
the
at
paper.
first I go through.
I then went and took a look at the police because the police reports have now become public after all these years. I still say the housekeeper's report compared to everything else, it just doesn't match up. That's my opinion. It's the housekeeper. It was it Bridget? Bridget?
What'd you say?
I think the housekeeper's name was Bridget.
Yeah, I think it was Bridget.
I mean, if Lizzie killed her parents and everything, when would she have had time to change her clothes?
But see, here's the thing though. It is said that okay, she was wearing the dress that had blood on it. Okay, and then she was later seen burning the dress. And when Bridget or whatever,
I don't know.
and so there's a lot of comments said that these people can still sense presence there, like in the parlor where Mr. Borden was killed, up in the guest room where Abby was killed. And so, how's the weather out your way, Linda? The weather out here is crappy where I live.
Yeah.
So, one of my very favorite, I mean, I bought a book, guys, and it's 800 and some pages of nothing but the history of this house and Lizzie Borden herself. I have yet to go through it
No,
because where
that
Lizzie
house
Borden
is on
was,
my.
it's on my list to do.
No, I've got a list of
You're in
50
mine book. We'll have to
locations.
go there.
I mean, 50 locations. I will hit 50 these all 50 locations before I am 50. So I got 9 years to go, and I've already checked some of them off.
Is he boarding house? You gonna be going
Do what?
mansion? Taking me with you. So if you go to when you busy boarding house,
Oh, I'm gonna do like a week and a half down in Salem. Just one of these years. I'm just gonna.
I have another. Have you ever heard of the Corwin house, also known as the Witch House?
You're cutting out, hon. Sorry.
Here, Linda, if you're still with us, we are talking about the Lazy Boarding House in Fall River, Massachusetts. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully, next week will be better. Honestly, we have technical difficulties every week, but this week by far is the worst for every like out of all of our episodes. This is the worst. So,
Mhm.
um, but yeah, so that's all I have
Yeah,
right
we
now
haven't
for
had. I
Lizzie
mean, maybe
Borden.
a StreamYard likes us sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. So, but
So
yeah,
I mean,
I'm excited.
because
Like
somebody would hear somebody scream,
history road trip. That's gonna be my thing. I'm.
and then
I've
one
got plans to
of
go to Virginia
this
Beach this year.
I've been wanting to do. I have a list that I want to go to, and you will have to keep an eye out on TikTok because I will be starting the Winchester videos.
Yeah, I'm excited about those. I seen that video you tagged me in. I was like, yep, I'll watch those a few times.
You will. My
Yeah.
my intro video to the Winchester Mystery Mansion has already got over of 100 views, and
See?
like so many different. I want to say about 12 now, if not more, likes, and then two people's already added it to their favorites. So
Just keep
people are
tagging those
looking forward to that
locations.
one. I just hashtagged, and then the first thing that popped up, I just clicked on it. So I mean, hey.
That's pretty much
So,
how
but
it goes.
yeah, it's
Yeah. I'm excited about this coming year. I
definitely.
mean, we've got, can you believe we only have 1 month left in 2022?
I went, he fixed it.
You fixed
So
it.
now
You're froze, honey.
he did. Oh my god, are you serious? I swear. Am I unfroze?
Okay,
No?
so we're going to get
Loading?
into a little crystal talk. So I want to show you.
Oh. Is that Snowflake Obsidian or whatever it's called?
Nope, this is zebra jasper. The little
Ooh.
druzy pocket. You can see it. And it actually has a few places where there's amethyst. Bad boy's going to be running in $150. I go, but he's a good 3.5 pounds. So
Re- repeat it again. You kind of like.
do what? You're cutting out, honey. And my second
I
one,
really.
another zebra jasper with purple fluorite in it.
Ooh.
He's got a
Pretty,
love
pretty,
pocket.
pretty.
And that one, he runs 4 pounds. Nice and thick. And he's only going to be at 145. So as you can see, we have this Moonlit Crystals is going to be doing the first live show in December on the 10th at 7 p.m. And I'm kind of excited for that day. We're going to be doing a girls' day all day. My late Miss Linda and Miss Shelley are coming over. We're going to do some cookies and some holiday stuff. And then I'm going to make them, as everything's getting in the oven, I'm going to make them help me set up for the table for that night. So we get to pick out some fun stuff for the live show. And those are just two of the items that's going to be on the table, as well as the Euperlite towers, as well as the Euperlite spheres and Euperlite dragons. I am really, really excited. It looks like Linda's still having some technical difficulties, so I'll go ahead and keep talking about crystals, one of my favorite things. Here is, you can see it, is dragon's blood. These little guys run $13 on the sale right now, and he is a little bit bigger, and he is running 16. Not as much red, but he's got a pretty good size. We like size. I think she's back. Linda, do we have you back? Maybe not. I think it's her internet acting up tonight, guys.
Pretty.
There she is.
It is my internet. Yeah, it's my internet. It has to be. I don't understand it. I'm going to, I honestly am, I'm going to look into getting a webcam for, I think it's just my laptop because everything else, my phone's not working really well right now, but, so I don't understand it. My laptop is supposed to be a streaming laptop. It's supposed to do all this and no problems. But wipe it out, like completely wipe it out. And for the third time in a row. So. But so if anybody, guys, I was doing a poll. I'm still going to do a poll on my next videos. I have Winchester Mystery House coming up next, but I still do have a list that I made up, and Liz is on that list. So.
Why don't you tell us what your list is so that, maybe next week somebody can tell you what they vote. Maybe we can do a poll on here for you.
So the list is, right, I have Beverly Hills Sanatorium, which is like my number one thing. Valley House, Fox Follow Farm, Indiana State Hospital, or also known as the State Sanatorium, Goldfield Motel, the Minnieville House, Longfellow's Wayside Inn, and then the Loretta Lynn Ranch. So.
They all sound like fun to me.
She.
Yep, we lost her again. It's okay. We're probably not going to stay on here much longer with
some not well known. So. We have about 15 more minutes. Anybody have any questions?
Yes.
Yeah,
looks like Charlotte has some. She's listing off the locations of the next
on my list, and yeah,
We're doing great.
Passed away. Did you?
Yeah. You still there, Linda?
Oh my gosh, I hate my internet.
Yeah, we'll get you fixed before the next one. Oh, by the way,
It's 9/11.
Something that we
Oh my God.
actually just
Oh yeah.
done yesterday, last night actually. Um, we met somebody that we're gonna have a guest next week. Can't talk. It's right. We have a guest next week.
Yes, we're having a guest. Yes, we're having a guest next week.
Like if you guys haven't
So it's
noticed,
kind of a
tonight has
last
just been
post
really weird.
Facebook. And we see it.
But I guess we're gonna be talking about
It has
a
been. Maybe we should.
what's the topic? Where are we? What is he talking about next week? I'm sorry,
What?
my internet's starting to cut now. I think it's gonna be one of those nights.
What's the topic?
It, what woods are we going? What's
The
this
person that we have next.
He has a YouTube channel, I know.
Sorry, what was it?
His YouTube.
What was your question?
What
For the
is?
fifth time in a row.
All right, for the fifth time. Last time. What is the topic of that we're discussing next week?
I don't know. He was talking about. Oh, we are gonna actually talk about Okie
Yep.
Pinokie next week.
That's it.
Guys, if you heard or haven't heard of this place, tune in for our show next week.
It's gonna be interesting. The guy that we're having on. He has.
Really.
It's Hoosier Paranormal on YouTube. It looks like I think he has 4 or 5 videos up right now. So should be interesting.
Should be.
We never do anything normal. There's not such thing as normal with us.
Never. And so, if you're still watching, it's really never really been said about Loretta Lynn's ranch being haunted, but I see something on TV that she admitted that her ranch was surprised if she actually did go back. So hopefully she crossed over, no issues. So, but yeah, next week's show is going to be interesting, and I will have, even if I have to do the podcast on my phone next week, which I probably will do, I'll do it on my phone. So, because
we're gonna make it happen. Next week's gonna be fun.
For the first one, so
usually gonna try to keep it to like one guest a month, but this guy, he just kind of, I don't know, it just happened that we got talking to him, and he said this is where he wanted to talk about, and we both like, yep, sure, we'll book you. Let's get you on the show next weekend. So yeah, that's pretty much how things go with it. We didn't even know we were going to have a podcast today.
All 3 kids sitting. Yeah, I had the little sitting on the couch, 2 couches watching me.
Well,
they're probably thinking, what are you talking about? Why are you talking to yourself?
That's what the headphones are for.
So, Chanel, Miss Maya says hi.
Hi, little. So,
well, today's been a day.
Has it?
Yesterday, funny. It was funny. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you. Yesterday, I was sitting there going through the clean for wash.
Oh, she's cutting out again. We may keep this podcast going tonight. We might cut it short. So, Linda, you are cutting out again.
Am I back?
You're back.
Am I back? Okay.
You are.
So, I was going through the clean clothes yesterday because I couldn't remember if I put my shirt in the washer or not, right? And I'm thinking, I was thinking yesterday was Sunday, and I had to get, and I
Don't
was
do that
getting
to me.
clothes out for Todd for today for work. No, miss. It's Saturday. Tomorrow's Sunday.
Don't do that to me.
I'm sorry.
That means I missed a whole day of work. Don't do that to me.
I don't know why. I was like, I kept thinking that it was Sunday. But then again, I had to be up at 6 a.m. and I was at work by 7 on Friday. And I'm usually that only time I'm at work that early is on the weekends. So I'm guessing my brain just is Friday and working on Black Friday. I came home with pain.
Oh wow.
I
Yeah.
was busy and I came home, laid down, took a nap because they all out.
You're lucky I'm in my office today. I really didn't want to.
10 something
I didn't want to be in my office today.
in your office.
Yeah, I'm in the office. You're lucky I didn't.
I woke up in so much pain today.
Alright.
I have to redo all my stuff. Because, wait. I got you. I'm going to show you.
She has a question. I think I heard that.
I love it. I don't mind.
Oh. Oh. Isn't that cute?
So I'm mad at Walmart.
Oh.
I'm mad at Walmart.
Who isn't mad at
I'm
Walmart?
mad at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad at Walmart.
What they do?
Because it cut off the light.
Oh.
Huh? They
Oh,
cut off the light.
Hmm.
It does. Oh, and I hope you guys, and Shelly, if you watch this, I hope you see this.
Can't see anything. Oh, there we go. You mean this?
Do you see it now?
You mean this? That's us.
Well, yes, that.
That's
Is
us.
that the news inside?
Huh? That's the front of
Yeah,
my
but look what I
t-shirt.
did.
Looks
Look
good.
what I did. It's a picture of the three.
We'll have lots of pictures of us this year.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's the front of our t-shirt.
It's hard to see.
And that
It's hard
is
to see
that.
though. So
To get all
I
brand new
love it. This one says ParaSister's Circle podcast, and then
Well, we did. We
ParaSister's
aired a lot of lives that
Parahistorian.
night from there.
You know, they didn't print off one of the pictures that I had ordered. I'm so mad now. I just realized that.
Let's see.
And then that one. Look.
Oh, I hate that photo. I hate it. Okay, so
One that I wanted to put. Oh, by the way, I'm ordering. I can get the Christmas cards from CVS because I looked them up. I am custom ordering them because they have a 60% sale going on right now. I can get 60 custom for $30. And I'm going to show you what picture I'm putting on the cards.
here's mine.
Not one. You're gonna give me one, right?
Yes, I ordered
You're
80
giving
of
me
them, so I've got more than just one. That's my holiday card this year.
This Oh, you guys can't see it very well.
Oh, you have that. You have to put it on your
This
website.
is the
Front of the sign.
Sister podcast, and then ParaSister's. Yeah, that's going on my Christmas cards that I'm
Yay!
sending out. So, and Mr. Ghost is gonna pay for them for me because he was gonna go and he was gonna get them for me, and I was like, babe, I can get 30 of them from CVS, custom printed, for $30, like $31 altogether. And so you don't have to buy 3 different packs of Christmas cards. So he's like, well, we'll just do it that way then. So
Yeah. I got
I was
mine
like,
at
that saves
CVS.
ink on my printer too.
Yeah. I'm just I
I
signed the
really
back of
wanted.
mine.
I
That's all. That's my card. I stick it in
love it.
my
I want it so bad.
you'll get a black envelope because, black is the color of my heart.
Wait, does the CVS come with envelopes? Correct?
No.
Because it stated on their website. Wait, they stated on the website.
Oh
I
well, mine
ordered
didn't.
the. I'll have to figure out how to get envelopes made because I don't have any. It stated that it came with them because I went to the Christmas card portion
Oh, I just went
of
to
the
the card.
website and picked out. I went to the ones with the Christmas card selection, and I
Hmm.
clicked on it. What about Water Adventure? Water Adventure. Anthony, we'll have to get into that subject another probably next week. So remind us next week if you will, because we only have like 2 minutes, 3 minutes left show. Um,
Yeah,
maybe
we
a
just pretty much
discussion for like
talked about
next week,
the
if that's
three
okay.
locations. We had 3 locations picked out for the topics for this week.
Yep,
Uh, Lizzie Borden House, Key West, Florida,
and it's amazing.
Fort Zachary Taylor, and then
Holly Hill House.
so now we're just kind of.
So I'm gonna have those. Yeah,
I'm excited for
and
the
the only
things
thing I do
network
is get stamps and stuff. And I can
card exchange. I think it's
Christmas
going to be
card
fun this year.
exchange. I am too. I am. I wanted to honestly
No, she's cutting out again.
that Key West Florida is pretty rough by water.
No, there's
If you
no
think
water
about
there at all. It's an island, yeah.
it. Yeah. So I'm not for sure. Lizzie Borden. I'm not for sure if Fall River's near any bodies of water or not. But yeah. Um. But yeah, I was thinking about it, and I got to looking because I really want like one of my better pictures, and I found that one. I found the cards that I really liked, and they're only like 95 cents a piece. They're the cheapest around,
Yeah,
and I can get them, like I said, 60 of them for $30, $31, and I picked them up in an hour. So I'm super
that's
excited. So
not
all I have to do is just go get stamps and then go send them out.
bad. Well,
So
I'll get mine taken care of, and then my extra little piece of. I'll get them all wax sealed and sent off by the end of the week. That's
I will
Ben's
probably get
favorite
mine
thing to
in
do.
by the end of the week.
Ben
What,
loves to do
wax
the
seal
wax
them?
sealing. Mhm. Yep.
But all right, guys, it is 7 p.m. As always, I'm Linda.
I'm Chanel, and y'all have a good night.
Mm.
So there we go. Maybe.
Are you there?